Okay,
Yep.
I'm
dokie.
starting. So, hello everybody, and welcome for session 5 of In the Demon's Grasp.
Woo!
Yay.
Woo! When last we left, Midnight had a thumping on her chest and her stomach and felt it vibrating over her body. And then suddenly there was the sound of like cracking ice or cracking glass, and then something shattering, of which Naya could hear. But the very first thing that really caught Midnight's eyes were eyes looking back from over her body.
Scary.
And then we ended. So, Midnight,
Uh,
for this one instant here, for this moment, what is your reaction to these glowing eyes looking down at you?
I, am I like on the ground?
Yes, you
I
feel
think.
the ground beneath your back. And
I start
something that
like
feels like sharp glass surrounding you.
I start backing up as quickly as possible, kind of like scurrying away.
Scoot,
On
You
my
scoot,
feel
knees.
your
scoot.
head bump the wall. You are
Then I
immediately
just
next to
like
the wall.
put my back like up against the wall as tight as I can,
Okay, can you
Scoot,
make a
scoot,
dex
scoot.
save
and
for
kind of
me,
like
please?
get in a ball. A dex save, huh?
Yeah.
Scoot, scoot, scoot.
15.
15?
15.
Okay, give me a second. I have to roll this.
Huh.
With advantage.
With advantage.
Okay. Yeah, you feel something suddenly embracing you, as if
Embracing
in a
me.
big hug. Yes. And
Uh,
you start to hear a sound that sounds like something almost guttural sounding. And then you see a soft light in the darkness just beneath the eyes. And the sound
um,
stops, and
Eldritch Blast.
you smell something that smells like burnt flesh. That all
Small
happens
bird
in the
fly.
same instant. So if you want to Eldritch Blast, that's totally up to you.
If all I see are these big blue eyes and then feels like something's hugging me, I probably Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
But at melee, so it's a disadvantage.
Germa does have blue eyes. Nene is right. I don't know that Midnight would remember that right now.
19.
Let's see.
You gonna kill Drema?
That
Indeed.
hits.
14?
Okay. You hear a
Force
scream. You see more light just beneath the eyes. The scream is cut extremely short, and then the eyes open up, but you do feel the hands give way and see the eyes retreat to the other side of the room.
Okay.
Do you have a spell that can cause light?
Let me see.
I technically do, but it's not my turn yet.
What about the
Um,
lantern that you picked up?
I think I do have a hood lantern. Uh, do I have my bag on me?
Firedale, you said we had all our stuff, right? Or no?
Sorry, I'm moving maps here.
Do we have all our stuff on us?
Midnight, you can
Yeah.
feel that you have on you the stuff that you seem to had. However, your clothes seem to be shredded.
Okay. I pull out my hooded lantern and try to turn it on.
I'm assuming this is Drema.
Is it safe for us to scroll down?
Yeah,
I've
map.
already been scrolling, so
yeah, I zoomed
Sorry, I don't know if anybody will be able to see anything. Give me.
out. I can see a
Yes.
grayed out version of the map.
Yep.
basically.
As can I.
Sorry, I'm trying to get the tokens right here.
Technical.
I didn't want to cause spoilers if we weren't ready.
Nope, you're fine.
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
now I
that's-
can finally select. Now, y'all won't be to see this, but your tokens are going to show up anyways. It just how it's going to be.
That's fine.
I see my token. I can't click on it though.
I can
I
see
see
everybody.
myself.
I can see everyone. I can see everyone.
I see
Well,
everything.
I
only
only see me.
Darkness.
Well, the people who can see, are they all the ones with dark vision?
Ah. There we go.
Yes. I have it. Yeah,
Oh,
that
that
makes
makes
sense.
sense.
Move myself.
Yeah, I was about to say that makes sense now.
Give me
Yeah.
just a
I don't
moment.
have dark vision. That's why.
Uh-huh.
I have dark vision and I can see a thing that probably moved away from midnight. I am in clear view of it.
So you activate your lantern,
Uh-huh.
and I believe you should be able to see now.
Uh-huh. I can. I see Naya next to me, and I go over to her. Is she in the glass, or is she out of it?
Yes, you see what you see. Hold on, I have to make sure I can see what you see.
I'm
You
gonna
see
zoom
Naya
in.
there surrounded by a blue crystal that has cracks all over it. Just past Naya, you can also see Kalina in this same type of blue crystal that has cracks all over it.
Okay. I grab out my hammer and start trying to chip away at the glass.
Then, after a moment, Naya, you start feeling a thud on your chest as your body seems to be pushing something.
It was
And
Drema.
Kalina,
I see Drema.
you can now hear somewhere around you the
Thud,
sound
thud.
of cracking glass. And Naya, suddenly, whatever's encasing your body seems
I-
to shatter and fall away as this blue crystal that was surrounding you is
What do I see immediately
fully
near me?
destroyed. Immediately near you, you see Midnight with a hammer standing
Hammer
over you.
standing over top of you.
And I can see the edge of
Yes,
this.
yes,
Yes.
you can
I
see.
I
what
probably
you
have a
see.
bit of a crazed look in
I
my
can.
eye.
Can I
while holding this hammer above
identify
you.
from that?
You, you can definitely see blue hair and a girl with blue eyes that's standing there that seems to be holding her side, tears in her eyes.
I am going to immediately cast Cure Wounds. Move.
Okay.
Try to move over to Drema and cast Cure Wounds. If I can't for whatever reason, I'm being held in place. I'll cast Healing Word.
You
Because the
could-
last thing Naya remembers happening to Drema is the ring slicing her neck and her trying to heal. So she's going to continue that.
Can't blame you.
Um,
So you cast
I'm-
the spell. She seems somewhat relieved. Go ahead and give me healing.
I'm gonna move over to Kalina and start doing the same thing.
12 points of healing.
So you should have movement. So you move over there. She seems startled at first, but happily accepts. You do notice beneath her chin, at her neck, there seems to be a somewhat burned section of skin, and in the middle of it, there's a blue gem.
Mm.
Okay. So it
Your
looks like
healing
the.
does not seem to make the burn go away, but it does
Oh
seem to
dear.
be healing all on its own.
Okay.
Did
And
she
then she
fuse
wraps
with
her
the
arms
gem?
around you.
Yep.
She wraps her arms around you and hugs you. Meanwhile, Midnight has gone crazy with this hammer on Kalina. Naya, now that you can get better feel of your surroundings, you seem to be a little indecent at the moment.
All the more
Where
reason
you
to be over
were
here
is,
with Drima.
some shards of clothing and everything else. She's wrapped in what
I'm
appears to be
gonna,
tatters of what
yeah.
used to be her shirt slash jacket that she used to wear.
I'm gonna pull the blanket from my adventuring kit out of my backpack
Okay.
and wrap it around the both of us as best I can.
I have vestments. Which
I had traveler's clothes, which I'm sure are shredded now.
I assume the common clothes that I have are the ones that I was wearing. So
Hmm.
I do have vestments as well. Will those still fit me?
As you go digging through your backpack,
Uh-huh.
you feel a lot of dried, like age dried leather and cloth. Even parts of your backpack seem like the threads are frayed and it's falling apart. Kalina, you feel and hear a cracking sound further, even when midnight is digging through the remnants of her backpack, as if the crystal surrounding you was already in the process of breaking, and it suddenly shatters. And Phelan, you hear the shattering sound of glass or like ice.
What was that, guys?
You're still encased.
Yep, you can't move.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So I'm gonna
Second
just
thing,
look around.
second thing you notice, everything seems to have like a blue hue to it. This is to Naya, Midnight, and Kalina.
Do I recognize that we were in the room?
Sorry, give me 1 second.
I'm sure you do.
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't that long that you were here. Long ago that you were here.
Since I'm next to Drima,
Hmm.
am I noticing anything in particular? Like you've said, our clothes are shredded. You said that things look like they're deteriorating a little bit or
She
have
looks
deteriorated.
considerably older.
Thank you. That was what I was getting at. Okay.
Yeah.
Does Midnight look
It
older?
takes you a moment after your
Okay,
panic.
sorry, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Does Midnight look older to me?
Yes.
If anyone's looking over at Naya, her hair has changed color.
I just want to point out, Naya's gone gray hair.
No, Naya has blue hair in this form.
Okay, okay.
She's twinsies with Drima right now.
I'm gonna go over to Phelan and then Colfax.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now I
I
will
don't know.
point out two things that you do notice after noticing that everybody else seems a little bit older there. Looking down into the crystals that are starting to crack around Phelan and Colfax. Phelan and Colfax look exactly the same.
Okay.
Is it because
Then-
their races that age slower?
Yeah, Colfax
Possibly.
was pretty much already adult when.
And as you're
went in.
looking,
Phelan's
Phelan's
Mhm.
crystal cracks. Her
Phelan is
clothing,
out.
the clothing that she's wearing definitely seems to have aged, but she's not quite as indecent as everyone else, of course, because her body shape hasn't changed.
Okay.
And Phelan, you are now free to move now, and you can see.
I'm gonna
Where?
start using my mending cantrip
Who
just
the
while everything's
fuck are
going on
you
to start
guys?
mending clothes.
I start going to work on Colfax.
Wow, Phelan's got a mouth on her. Jeesh.
I'm mending mine and Drima's clothes. Anyone who's close to me.
Considering who she was raised by, yeah.
And then
I can't see, but I'm gonna try and walk towards them. Help! Close!
Yep.
Now, as you go over, Kalina, you do notice that Dreama's eyes are quite
I
glowy.
can't see anything.
You
I
should,
She
don't
would have
have
been the
dark
one
vision.
pinprick of light that you would have seen. Would have been glowing eyes.
yeah, you should be able to see Dreama. Can you not?
Yes, I could barely see her.
Yeah, she should be your only source of light right now.
And she's not giving off much, but her eyes do glow. And Colfax,
Mm-hmm.
after a moment, you heard this shattering crystal. Then you feel this around you. You hear cracking of ice, midnight and failing. You can, of course, see that the crystal around Colfax seems to have expanding cracks going throughout it. And then
Okay.
after a moment, it suddenly shatters, and Colfax is freed.
I instantly cover his eyes.
And Colfax is freed, can see for just an instant, and then suddenly has hands over his eyes.
What in the world? What the? Who are you people?
Phelan, it's us!
And Naya and Kalina over on your side of the room. Dreama's just giving hugs back and forth and
I-
everything else, and seems to be extremely giddy, happy, but making no noise whatsoever. Her body is, but she's not speaking at all.
I imagine not. She has a gem lodged in her throat. That might have damaged her vocal cords a bit.
I turn Colfax so he's facing towards the corner of the room, and then take my hands off of his eyes.
Guess who, Colfax?
Oh, can Midnight talk yet? Can Midnight?
you do that?
Midnight doesn't talk at all still, right?
Correct.
Yep, Midnight has not said anything either, which is interesting.
It would probably kind of look like she's trying to talk, but like unable to. Like nothing is coming out of her mouth.
Now, another thing that you all notice as you start waking up and getting more aware of your surroundings here, you do recognize the room that you're in. It's the same one where all
Everything
the
went
badness
haywire.
happened before, but nothing seems to be going on right now other than you all. You do see shards of this blue, icy colored glass laying around, obviously several piles where you all lay. The spikes that were shoved into this roof and the ceiling so long ago are still there, but you do see that it seems to be crumbling in places along the walls. That way,
Was I able to
course.
find enough cloth to cover myself up?
yeah, and
You could go to
Naya
Naya
has
and get her
offered
to repair.
Yeah,
to work on mending.
I've been going around to everyone as I can find them and just doing mending cantrips on clothing to take care of the tears.
Does Colfax have a cloak on?
Yes.
I unhook his cloak and take it. And just kind of wrap myself.
No. I kind of see what you're doing.
Yeah.
I imagine
you see me
Colfax
trying to cover up as best I can with your tiny
I
cloak.
imagine Colfax turns his head halfway around and then immediately turns it back to the wall.
Yeah, I was hoping people would come towards me and Drimma so that
Yeah,
it wasn't as bright where the clothing was being mended.
Yeah, I'm gonna make my way over to you.
Naya hides behind, or Druma hides behind the pillar
From
as
midnight.
Midnight moves around.
Midnight
I'll
kind
go
of
hug Drema.
her hand out to her with like a sorry look on her face.
I'm just gonna hug Drema and then hold her hand. Well, she's obviously trying to hide from Midnight.
This teen-looking girl is here hiding behind Kalina, the bunny girl, who bunnies are normally the ones supposed to be a little bit
Timid.
afraid of surroundings, and here she is hiding behind. Poor everybody. Give me just a moment. I have to check something really quick.
Okay.
suddenly everybody else is gone.
As soon as my clothes are mended enough to cover things,
Hmm.
I will go back over to Colfax and give him his cloak back.
Poor
Yeah.
Colfax.
And I'll come over and check and see if Colfax needs anything mended.
Um,
Important question for when Firebook gets back.
I'm here.
I check in my bag. Is Nana's blanket all destroyed?
Nana's blanket is pristine.
Okay.
Everything else that's in there has obviously aged. It's hard to tell exactly how much and how bad things are, but
Once, yeah.
yeah, things are definitely a bit amiss, but your blanket is perfect.
Okay.
Once all the clothes are mended, I'll start mending backpacks.
I
Okay.
kind of is this like force fieldy thing still there?
The wall is definitely there, yes.
No, the thing that was surrounding the ring before.
The
No.
the ring is no longer there.
Yeah, the dais is there. Hopefully it's not glowy. I'm pretty sure I removed that DM mappy wise. But no, there's no force field or anything there.
Okay. Oh, is that just a platform there? then?
Yeah, it's just a
Yes.
pedestal
It's
now.
a pedestal.
Okay.
Yep, it's a
I
little
go
pedestal.
kind of sit on the pedestal and like kind of close my eyes and start rocking back and forth a bit.
Poor Midnight.
Mechanic wise, I'm starting to ritual cast. If I'm familiar,
Summon
but
familiar.
I don't know if I'll have enough time for that. But I'm gonna start to.
Yep. And that's another thing that y'all do notice is that after waking up, you do feel a little more experienced, even though, as far as y'all are concerned, there was a dream. There was a dream. That's right. There was a dream with a man.
There was a dream with a man, and then when
Mhm.
Naya went to instinctively heal Drema, she cast at a higher level than she should have been able to.
Y'all do definitely feel more experienced.
I assume my puppets are all gone.
Your puppets, because they were a much softer material, they would definitely be in tatters unless you would allow Naya to mend them.
I will mend whatever you put in front of me.
Dreama carefully moves up and pats Midnight on the shoulder and accepts the apology.
I probably have like little tears running down my face while I'm doing this.
Uh-huh. And she rubbing your shoulder because she knows how you feel about not being able to talk. Because everybody's good friends. Now, those that are around can see that the door is open. It is actually open slightly enough so that you could slide by sideways, but not quite enough to be able to walk straight out, shoulder wise. What's up?
I just moved my character out the door and saw something. That made me giggle.
Meteor sneaking peeks.
You said it was open, so I moved my
Yep.
character over so that the light would
Meteor
shine on
casting
it.
ahead. I mean, makes perfect sense. Except I thought you were ritual casting, in which case you would be in place.
Yeah,
Not be moving.
my character has not seen it. Just me, the player, has seen it.
Oh lord.
Phelan's going to try to get out the door.
Well, that's perfectly fine. You can definitely fit out the door.
This door, right? This one right here.
Yep, the one at the bottom left.
Okay.
You step out the door and see a very hungry and weak-looking warg.
Chased us all the way here.
Oh, good boy.
I see it because I can't see crap.
Oh, you can't? I forgot. Right, you stepped out the door. You can't see anything.
I'm pretty sure all of the food that we brought with
So,
us from our foraging trip is rotted and destroyed.
Yep.
You step out the door. You immediately hear something bark and feel something rush up to you, and suddenly you feel a tongue lapping at your hand.
I think I found our pet.
Oh.
Is he still charmed? My gosh. It's a long lasting spell.
Well, not really charmed, more of trained at this point.
uh,
How big is a warg?
Large.
If I climb, can I climb onto its back?
If you wanted to try, you could.
Phelan's gonna try to climb onto its back.
Okay. You try and climb onto this thing that looks like a very overgrown, normally mean looking doggy, even though you can't really see it. It sits down and you slide down its back.
Well, that didn't work. She's just gonna pet its back.
The leg starts shaking.
We should get you some food. First,
So-
we gotta get out of here, though.
So y'all hear Phelan talking to something at the door. Dreama's over at the door. And you feel Dreama's hand on your back there, Phelan.
If she turns around, can she see who it is?
Yes. I
Hey,
think-
Jima.
Sadly, it's hard for me to keep track of everybody's vision, but you can definitely see the glowing eyes, and you know that those glowing eyes belong to Dreama, so we'll go with that.
Hey, Jima.
we'll say that I've dug the candle out of my backpack as well and lit it.
I also have an extra torch.
Yep.
If anyone wants to
After
use
a
that.
moment, you see Dreama run out the door and disappear into the hallway.
Dreama, wait!
Phelan's going to follow after her with the warg, I guess.
If Midnight sees everyone running away, she's gonna stop casting and follow.
Fire, but can I pull out the torch
So I
so
assume
I
it's
can
not
see?
been an hour.
You most certainly can. You can pull out a torch, this very old aged piece of wood, and light it if you want to. The oil, though dried, would still certainly work.
Can I try to light it with my tinderbox so I can see?
You certainly can. I'm working on it.
Thank you. I don't like not having night vision.
Yeah, I'll douse the candle if everybody else gets themselves a light source because I don't need it.
I can give my
I don't have
torch
any
to
form of
Phelan.
getting a light source.
Yeah, I was planning to kind of lead the charge, but I didn't want to leave the room while there were.
I do
still
have a
people here.
tinderbox. Oh, I do have a torch. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
we
light
all
my
have tinder
yeah.
boxes and
Would you
some
like to light
sort
a
of light.
torch?
Yeah, I'm gonna light my torch.
Yeah, I have a candle, not a torch, but
Phelan's got her hand like kind of like
Naya, I'll give
she's
you
holding
a
on to the
torch.
warg.
I don't need it. I have dark vision. Don't worry
Oh,
about me.
Okay.
Now, I will remind that with dark vision, in the actual dark, low light you see is normal, but in the actual dark, you only see black and white.
Yep.
Well, you'll still, at least
So-
you can still see
There
something.
is no color. There is no color.
As you all start out this door, you see a very skinny, almost to the bone, but not quite, warg sitting there panting, looking at you all.
Phelan's like got her hand on the warg, kind of like she's holding on to it.
Nearby the warg, you do see a pile of bones, including a skull.
Midnight starts poking the skull.
Here,
Naya's gonna
The
gonna
warg
pat
runs
pat the
over
warg on
and-
the head.
and pounces on the skull.
Is there anything on or around the body
No,
worth looking at?
nope.
Okay.
It's a
it-
skeleton.
Is the skull still intact?
For the most part, you do see several gnaw marks on it.
Alright, I'm gonna put it in my backpack.
What's the status of the tunnel down here?
You can take a peek if you want to. I mean, you see what you see.
Because I'm just wondering, has anything collapsed further since we were gone, kind of thing.
Now, is this a human skull?
Give
Okay.
me an intelligence check, if you would, please.
Okay.
seems to be a little bit too small and slightly different shape than a human skull.
16.
It appears to be a goblin skull.
Goblin. Skull. Okay.
The boss goblin that we didn't kill.
Going up and around, you can also see there at the corner of the room little remnants of bone. By that I'm speaking about up here.
Okay, so that's up here.
Down there in what used to be the spider room, you see the burned out remains of several pieces of wood. You do see little bits of cobwebby webs on occasion, but it looks like something or someone has gone through this room burning stuff.
Okay.
And at the far end, where it used to be brick walls, are now, they've just been pushed down and open. It's free to walk through
Ooh.
from there to there. And you actually see Drima coming back up the hallway from the southwest direction.
Yeah,
I'm
that's what I
sticking as
was
close
hoping to
to
cut her
Naya as I
off.
can.
Yeah. I was hoping to cut Drima off before she ran off too far.
She actually seems rather out of breath, and you caught her coming from this direction.
Yeah, I'm gonna call out to her to wait. And I'm
She
gonna run and try to
stops.
grab her hand.
Okay, you can grab her hand.
Yep.
She bounces up and down and points down the hallway, and then points up towards the ceiling.
Is anyone else coming with us?
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
don't
tell
know where
Drima,
you
yes,
went.
we're all gonna leave, but we gotta get everybody else over here
Yep.
too.
Yes.
I
They're
did
gonna
Phelan
get
said she was
lost.
going to follow if she could.
I did
Yeah.
say that before everyone came out that I was gonna follow after Drumma with the warg.
Yeah, you would
Yep.
have
You couldn't
gone
see,
you would
though,
have
at
gone
the
the
time.
long way then.
Yeah.
I was cutting her off through the shortcut.
I was following her, so I don't know.
So you would
You
be
all-
behind her somewhere.
Y'all can see the flicker of a dim light down the hallway to the southwest.
I'm just gonna say I got to like here.
Yep,
Yeah.
you're fine.
Yeah, you're behind her. It's fine.
And the warg would have been falling behind. As you went around the corner there, Phelan, to the northeast, up here,
I'm sorry,
would
can you
also
repeat that?
to the northeast of the blue room along the outside,
Mhm.
there's also what appears to be bony remains up in the corner of the room.
Okay.
Oh.
Lots of bones.
Actually, I think
I
I
think
can
we
do.
killed something there before.
I mean, we were being pursued. So yes.
I think I can do
You can take the fog of war off certain places.
that
Mm-hmm.
to at least show the map again. There. I'm
Fog.
not exactly sure what y'all can see, but you should at least be able to see the map to the east and northeast.
We can see a grayed out version of the map, but
Yeah, we've
Right.
seen a
Got
grayed
it.
out version the
Yes.
entire time, and then
Yeah.
the parts that are lit up are what our character's vision is.
Right. Yep, we're good.
Yeah, so once everybody is back gathered up, I will pull Drumma forward, tug Drumma forward with us, and we can go to wherever it is she wanted to go together as a group.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep. So since we're going to be moving around now, I will go ahead and make everything completely visible.
Okay.
That's nice.
Do
Oh, yeah, I have dynamite. Is my dynamite still intact?
Those of you who can't see, we're over here now.
Firebutt,
Follow my pointer.
is
On
this
my granados?
Here we go.
is this a lantern?
Yes, everything in here seems to be freshly lit, as in some of the flames are still working on coming back
Okay,
up.
very good.
I want to steal this lantern.
Okay, it's the same as the torch, pretty much.
I don't care. I want a lantern, please, and thank you.
Okay,
You have
you
a
now have a lantern.
Thank you.
It's just a reusable torch. Theoretically.
Yeah, we might as well grab anything of use on our way out.
Yep.
Is it a
Now-
special name for it?
It
Just
would
lantern,
be
probably.
a hooded lantern, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, they're next to you, Kalina. You see a pile of rubble that's put up almost to the roof. Dreama comes over to you and starts tugging you away from the wall, pointing at the wall, and then making a weird multi-finger gesture with her hands.
Explodey wall?
No
She shakes her head.
spiders?
Oh yeah, y'all can see those now. Oh, well. Yeah, that
Yeah,
seems to be.
by the way,
symbol for
the
him.
entire map is not visible.
No.
No,
No.
definitely not.
No.
Ooh, you'll have
It's
to
still
tell
the
me.
grayed out version with our range of view.
Yes.
Yep, it's not changed.
But we can see in that room.
Mm-hmm.
So is Drema not talking either?
Drema is
Drema
not
can't.
talking
Saying
now.
nothing.
Drema has a gem basically lodged in
Oh,
her throat.
That's
Embedded
right,
in
that's
her
right.
throat and a large burn mark
got it.
on her throat. So
I knew that.
I imagine her doing like the little pincer finger thing that people do for spider.
Let's try that.
There
there
you
we
go.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
now
can see map.
everything.
Okay. Yeah, that way I don't have to keep
Yep.
moving stuff and checking everybody because I'm sure y'all are going to look around and everything else.
So I put out the torch, put it away, and I continue on with lantern.
I pull out one of the dynamite grenade things and like kind of motion to her. Should I put it here?
She's probably
She's-
violently shaking her head no.
she
She
doesn't want
start-
us to be near. We don't
she
want to open the wall.
starts to shake her head no. You can
Mhm.
see the obvious movement starting.
Okay.
You see the space around the blue gem on her neck start to glow, and you smell
I
the
pull it
scent
back.
of burning flesh. Her hand shoots up to her throat, and she holds it.
She tried to
And-
talk. That's
I
not
put
good.
it back in my bag.
Is this was a campfire? Yeah.
Yes, it is. It is
It's-
lit now, very small, but it is lit.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
Seems to be
gonna
freshly
grab
lit.
some. I was gonna grab some ash from it if it was extinguished, but since it's not.
Well, it is very tiny now. There's little bits of what looks like almost driftwood, but not quite, that's been stacked in it. And it has a very small fire that seems like it was just lit. I mean, it's literally, like within the past minute or two.
Is my water skin still intact?
We have water
it is,
skins.
but it's dry as a bone.
Okay.
Everything's evaporated out.
The storage room to the southwest that used to hold containers that may have had a little bit of food and everything in them, it's all been ransacked. And
I
everything
start
else-
running this way.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna scoop some
Towards the
of
water.
the cooler ash out of the fire and stow it in my bag.
Once
that's
I get to
perfectly fine.
here, does it look safe to approach the water?
If there's a piece of cloth, I'll wrap it in some cloth.
The water,
Uh-huh.
strangely enough, seems to be, it's kind of dark above the surface, but you don't notice anything in it trying to eat you.
Like I don't see any big spiders or goblins hanging around it.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say I
Then-
followed after midnight when I realized she was going alone.
I go up to the water with my water skin and just kind of keeping an eye out. I reach my water skin down and fill it up,
Okay.
and then run back over to Drema and hand it to her.
Okay. She takes it and tilts her head.
I mimic drinking.
Is it just me that can't go through the walls when I'm trying to move my fucking character?
No, yeah, the walls are actual walls.
Yeah,
So you
Oh
can't
my
move the
God.
character
I
through the
keep
walls.
getting stuck on them, so I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I got
"Eh."
stuck in one and I had to move myself out and around. Yep.
Yeah, the
That's
walls
like
are walls.
great.
Imagine that.
It's just hard to move.
Is there like a pot or anything here?
In what regard?
Like a pot that I could pour the water into?
Well, you said these containers that have been ransacked. Are any of them intact? With the food and
You
everything?
see several clay containers that are still quite intact and sturdy, with the lids nearby, but
Like, so
there's nothing in any of them.
I am hoping to like heat up the water. Is there anything I can do that with?
Yeah, you
Clay
could easily
container.
take one of the clay containers
Okay.
and put it over the fire. Ceramic is pretty good at
I mean,
holding
it's
heat.
made by
I'm-
being fired. It's
Yeah.
fire safe.
Mhm.
Right. Then yeah, I do that to kind of sanitize the water, and then offer it to Drema to drink.
I
Okay.
don't think that's why she can't talk.
Yeah, but it
She
might help.
drinks it, and then she faints.
Oh,
Can I do a medicine check on her to make sure
I
she's
slowly
okay?
pour the water out of my water skin.
You certainly can do a medicine check on her. Please go ahead and give me a medicine check.
15?
She seems to be exhausted.
Okay.
Phelan's going to look at the warg. You wouldn't by chance know how to get out of here, would you?
I fill my water back up.
Yay for works.
It is just exhaustion.
No, Warg is named Good Boy.
Warg is named Good Boy.
I'm gonna start attempting to ritual cast again.
I would. What ritual casting is, I'm going to assume it's the same as taking a rest, and that you can't do anything extreme
Yeah.
while you're doing so.
Correct.
And so, just walking around and looking, you've not done anything extremely strenuous. You've not been fighting. So I would go ahead and count that as you've still been able to concentrate on that spell.
Oh, okay. I had asked you about that before.
What
You
is
said
your
something about
casting
walking around.
time for Find Familiar?
1 hour.
Okay, so it would take 1 hour, 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been maybe 10, 15 minutes since
Right.
y'all were kind of rushing after her. Yeah, she seems to be exhausted and sleeping.
Okay.
Naya is kind of putting pieces together and thinking that maybe we weren't conscious, but she was. And she may have been down here, if not the whole time, at least was aware for significantly longer than we were.
Yeah,
I think so.
I will say, as you notice, now that you said that out loud, thinking back, the only crystals and broken shards of that icy blue glass that you saw in the room were beneath where you were laying.
So she was likely aware and conscious the whole time and running around.
The ward goes up and licks her cheek and lays down next to her.
I wonder if she's the one who made friends with Warg.
Probably. Aren't you glad we left him alive? She had a friend, she wasn't all alone.
Yeah, it was so nice of you all.
When she
The,
wakes
the
up, we
voice of
should.
God above says it was a really good idea y'all did that. I'm glad you thought of it.
When
What
she
was that?
when she wakes up, we should try to find out how long we've been out.
For now, I think we should try to make our way toward the front of the building so that we can try to find an exit.
Yeah, before the only air that Colfax had felt was coming from the vents of the blue room that y'all entered, but there was obviously, as far as anyone could tell, no way out of that room.
Right, well, we know the way we came in, we just know that the ladder was likely exploded, so I'm wondering if we can still find our way up somehow.
Yeah.
There's another way back up.
Midnight. If you're going to look that way, Midnight would come with you
Yeah.
if she can still ritual cast while walking around.
So I'm going to say for the moment you don't have to constantly worry about moving your characters around. I will just
I still
cover
like to.
what's going on, but it's still nice to do.
Yeah, I like to.
There where the wall had exploded and caved in,
Mhm.
You see several small rocks that have been pushed off to the side. A few like medium boulders, from the scrape marks on the ground, you can tell that they've been pushed outward. The hole in the roof has been somewhat exposed, but not quite. It would definitely take a bit and some strong muscles to work on moving the stones to get to the opening that you all know should be there, unless it too was caved in.
And there wasn't any furniture or anything in the goblin room that we could move and use as like things to stack on top of each other, yeah.
There's a table, uh, what appears to be a small, like, stump table. Beyond that, not really, and that wouldn't get you up maybe the 20 feet that this room needs. You
Okay.
could easily, well, not easily, but you could move the rocks to kind of make a handhold to
Make
be able to get
footholds.
up.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But again, some of those rocks are pretty heavy because it was a cave in from an explosion. And I'm pretty sure y'all could intuit that based on what happened before.
Yep.
So the rocks were not, laid by hand, so it'll take quite a while and everything else to
Can I fire an Eldritch Blast at it?
at the
Well,
wall.
how high up do we need to go?
20 feet.
Question.
At whatever is
Would
blocking.
does anybody happen to have rope?
Yes.
Can you hand me that rope?
Yes.
I
Let me double
also
check if I
have some rope.
Because here's my
Yeah,
thought.
50-foot of hempen rope.
Yep.
I am going to attempt to face step upwards to wherever there's a handhold,
Hmm.
and then try to climb and affix the rope.
Okay. Do you want to attempt to face step into the opening where you can barely see, or are you just going high enough on the rock pile?
That is a question. Well, my face step is only 30 feet. So, if I don't think that 30 feet would get me to the opening, then I would go to the top of the rock pile. I'd go to the next surface where I could feasibly put a foot down as high up as I can.
Well, there was ladder up. There was maybe 5 to 10 above that to the opening. Again, you all were here not too long ago, when as far as your brains are concerned. So I think you would remember that. So yeah, you're pretty sure you wouldn't be able to reach what you believe is the tunnel up the ladder from where you are. So
And the
going to
top
the
of the
rock,
top of the rock pile would get me to the beginning of the ladder.
yeah, to the beginning of the hole that's up through the ceiling. Yes.
Okay. Then I will go ahead and go to the face step to the top of the rock pile.
Okay. You go to the top of the rock pile and can see up slightly into the hole. It's not really big enough to fit your head in, but you can still see with your dark vision. And going up from there seems to be somewhat clear to the maybe 10 feet up before the tunnel faces to the east.
All right, so I'm gonna tie off the rope to the bottom of the ladder.
Okay, the ladder is pretty shredded
Oh, well, never mind then.
from the cave in. Go ahead and
Can you
roll.
mend the ladder?
That's what I was gonna say. If it looks ragged, I'd just sit there and start mending whatever
Oh, yeah.
ring I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you could
attach
definitely
to.
mend it.
Yeah, I'll sit there and mend, and I'll, in the meantime, uh, stick set the rope like underneath my foot, so that
Okay.
and then send one part of it down, so that if people did want to attempt to climb up, I could stop what I'm doing, hold on to the rope, and they could climb up.
Okay. Well, after
But
a moment of mending the wood from the ladder, of course, you can't restore the ladder to its entirety.
no,
Most of it is buried beneath the stone, so the material is not there for you to
right. I'm just attempting
mend.
to try to make it a little bit sturdier
Okay,
if
give
I can.
me a sleight of hand check, please, to tie
Okay.
the knot to the rope. Tie the rope to the ladder.
Nope.
Yeah, you're not
Okay.
tying no
Uh-oh.
rope.
You tie the knot to the ladder. You tie the rope to the ladder. and the moment you let it dangle down, the knot comes free and the rope falls.
Okay. Toss the rope back up. I'll try to catch it.
Midnight kind of jumps out of the way of it. She's just like standing at the bottom, just like
It's
staring.
just a rope.
It's a snake! No, it's a rope.
Toss
Okay.
that back up here.
After a moment and taking more time, I'll say you go ahead and get a good knot.
Okay.
You would know not to just drop the rope again. You'd hold on to it until you got a good knot that held.
Yeah.
So again, it's not very easy to get into that hole with the large boulders and everything blocking it. But you do have a rope dangling down from the ladder that you can just barely reach inside of it.
Well, that way, now that if we can clear a little bit, we'll have an easier time getting up here at least, even with the footholds.
So going back for just a moment while they're doing that, what's going on your end of the world here, Colfax and Kalina?
I'm just kind of looking around at all of the things. Do I see the bodies over here on the left?
You definitely see a pile of bones.
Pile of bones.
There's
Can I
3 skulls and a pile of bones. A few of them have no marks on them.
investigate the pile of bones?
You certainly can. Go ahead and give me an investigation check. And are you looking for anything specific? It's
Nope.
a pile of bones.
Just looking.
I think
just
he's
looking at it.
looking with his eyes closed.
Yeah, it's a pile of bones.
He- he's he's still trying not to look at the shredded clothing around him.
Yes.
They look a lot like the pile of bones that was outside of the room that you exited earlier. Just, different. Obviously different individuals, things like that.
Okay. Can I investigate the rock pile?
You certainly can. Give me a perception check, please.
Okay.
Drumma said
Hey.
there's spiders beyond it. You might not want to go there.
Yeah. You, with your knowledge of terrain and everything else, and holding your, just investigating it, you can definitely hear the skittering of small legs of things that, much like what you fought before, the spiders that were in here before.
So I kind of turn to Kalina and Drama, and I'm just like, no, no. I just I shake my head, like I'm just trying to very indicate, do not go on the other side of that pile.
Drumma's
peek-
Do
asleep.
not.
Peeking
Okay.
through the little bits of stone there that you can see, you do have dark vision, if I remember right.
Yes.
You can see that room is full of webs, and there's an old skeleton that's been strung up in the webs as well.
I kind of let out a little bit of a cry, like,
Yeah,
I just kind of fall back a little bit.
You see a few rats you think that have been drained, rat carcasses laying on the floor, stuff like that.
I kind of like fall back and like prop myself up on my hands. I kind of scurry over to Kalina and just like lean up against her, and I'm like, "Danger puppies,
Danger
Yeah.
puppies.
danger puppies."
Yeah. And I'm probably just sitting there on the floor with my back up against the wall, and I think I'd have Drumma's head on my lap because she's sleeping, right?
Yep.
She
Drema
passed
is
out, so
very much asleep.
I
Yeah,
just
I'm
have
kind-
her head on my lap, and I'm just probably just petting her hair.
She
Yep.
is very much snoozing.
I just kind of like, I'm just kind of like, danger puppies, no,
Yeah, I
Okay,
don't think we should
so-
touch that wall.
no,
Mm-mm.
bad, very bad, very bad.
We're on the same page. Let's not touch the wall.
Okay.
Okay.
Bad wall. The
Bad
wall
wall.
of no return. The wall of no is what I'm getting.
The
from
wall of
this.
nope.
So anything else? Or should I go? Can I go ahead and go back up to the other team?
I'm gonna wander out of the room real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here with
I'm gonna go over
Drumma
here.
on my lap.
Okay. You go head over to where the
This little-
storage room was. Of course, you see several things There were a few baskets that have been, almost completely unraveled with time. You see a rat running around from one corner to the other as if it's trying to find a piece of food. Sees you, then it scurries down the hallway. You do see a few of the ceramic urns, like I mentioned before, and bowls and things like that.
I have an idea.
Catch the rat and feed it to the warg.
I was gonna
No, I
say,
have an idea.
is there anything useful in this area that I can see?
The only thing that I would say you would probably find somewhat useful are the things that you all are pretty sure are explosives that seem to have mainly survived. A few of them have been broken open and there's a black powder that has fallen down, but a few
I
of them
did
are
take some
intact.
of those last time we came through.
Okay,
Yeah,
then I'll probably
that's
uh,
about it. You don't really
yeah.
I
notice
have
any
3 of them.
food or
I has
really
idea.
intact supplies.
Can I do a thing?
Go ahead. What are you
Yep.
thinking? Kalina casts Goodberry.
And it says I can get up to 10, right?
Pretty
Yes.
sure.
So you're gonna feed the warg
Well,
and Drema?
one nourishes a person for a day, right?
Yes.
Hmm.
So I'm going to eat one. I'm going to feed one to the warg. I'm going to yell, "Colfax, come here!"
I kind of like scurry back over,
I
kind
think
of
you
like
might have
clambering,
cut out. I didn't hear
kind of
that.
clambering all over.
She yelled,
He yelled
Kofax,
Colfax.
come
Yep.
here.
Yep.
Okay.
And the team up the hallway suddenly hears echoing from down the hallway.
"Colfax,
Kalina
come
yelling,
here!"
Colfax, come here, very loudly.
And I
Yes.
hand out a berry to him. Eat, eat, eat! And I'm like
Colfax,
bouncing.
And I just kind of like stuff it in
So,
my maw, and I just eat it. And I'm just
so
like,
what's the other team's reaction to this sudden yell down the hallway?
I'm just
Um,
gonna kind of look at them and just sit down on the top of the rock pile where I'm at.
did it sound panicked at all?
Say what?
Did it sound panicked at all?
More excited than panicked.
Then I ignore it.
Okay.
I'm
Can
gonna
Phelan
sit
start to
down.
try to climb the rope now?
You certainly can.
How long has
Phelan's
it
gonna
been,
try to
Firedale?
climb the rope.
Give me a dex check, please.
Yeah.
I'm also holding on to the rope as well as it being affixed to the ladder to try to help.
Okay. Give a dex check with advantage.
Oh, go again.
Okay.
You manage to climb it handily, especially with the footholds of the large boulders and rocks and everything else, and the debris that's been scattered around, so you can easily reach up to where Naya is.
Yep. I'll hold my hand out and grab your hand as you get close to the top to pull you onto the rock with me.
Yep.
Okay.
There's not much space up there, but there's room for 2 or 3 people to squeeze together on the
Well, since she got
topmost
this
wall.
high, can she go ahead and just like try to get out of the cave so she can
Yeah.
make room for the others? Yeah, she's
Yeah, we
gonna
can
go
go
ahead.
up the ladder.
Yeah, she's gonna go ahead and climb the ladder and get out the cave, just
You
so
can't
everyone
fit
has
through the
room.
small hole to reach the ladder.
Yeah, the
How long
hole's
has it
too
been,
small.
Firedale?
Yeah, your skull will not fit through the hole.
Can
Can I
we
try
start
to
trying
make
to
the
make
hole
the hole wider?
bigger?
You all will need to probably work for quite a while to move the stones, and I'll need some strength checks.
Can
from
Midnight
everybody.
Eldritch blast it?
Okay, wait, hang on
Can
for a
I?
second.
I'm gonna cast Emboldening
try.
Bond.
oh boy.
Let- Can I? Hang on, I'm going to message you real quick, Dragon.
Okay.
Firedale, how long has it been?
For what?
Since
Uh,
you've been playing
Has
around
has
with
the
that.
ritual been completed?
All of this, let's say it's been maybe 30 minutes, so not
Okay.
quite. Well, 30
Okay.
minutes plus the initial, 10-ish minutes running around. So your
So
ritual's
40
still
minutes.
not quite ready.
Okay.
Okay, 2 questions quickly. I'm
Mhm.
assuming I shouldn't try to force feed Drema a berry.
I mean, there's
While
a way
she's
to do
asleep.
it safely, but I don't know that you would know how.
I'm not going to feed her while she's asleep. I'll save it.
Okay.
And Colfax, do you want to bring some of the berries to the others?
Yes.
So I'll hand him 3 more, and for the rest of the party.
And be like, "Yay, berries!" I just kind of like scamper off the berries in my hand. You could just Phelan and Midnight and I can just kind of hear like the skitter of little claws over
Well,
rock as they just kind
Colfax,
of
you
like
probably just see when you come around. You probably only see me, and I'm
Yes.
just standing at a wall staring up.
as kind of like run
And there's a
over.
rope dangling down next to him.
Yeah.
I kind of look
And I
up
look
and I
at
see
you,
the
wave, and then look back up.
I look at the rope and I point at it and I'm like, what doing?
What'd you say?
What doing?
What doing? What
What
doing?
doing? What are we
What
doing?
doing?
I point.
Yeah, because Midnight
Naya's
can't
gonna
talk.
wave down.
I kind of like am like mesmerized watching the rope swing back and forth a little bit, just watching it move.
Naya's
And
gonna
I
wave
realize,
down. Yeah.
and I realize I have something in my hand, and I'm like, oh, take.
Can I try to start punching through the rocks?
Midnight looks at it and then just pops it in
You
her
can
mouth.
certainly try.
Well, as soon as
What do I gotta
Colfax goes
roll?
around the corner, I'm gonna create an emboldening bond between Midnight and Phelan, because I think they're just within 30 feet, both of them,
Okay.
because we're 20 feet up.
Yeah.
So that they will have advantage, or not advantage, they'll have a D4 added to their
Oh, wait.
attack roll ability check.
Yeah.
Can I get
You guys want me to fire an Eldritch
the
Blast?
Yikla?
No.
It has like a tip of a spear, kind of like, right?
I believe
Yikla.
so.
Yeah.
Can I fit that through the hole and try to break the hole open through there with something somehow?
I will give it to you because it's probably something your character might think of, or y'all might think of, since you do have a long stick. You could probably use it for leverage to push some of the boulders out of the way, but again, it'll probably take a little bit to do that.
Well, and pushing the
Um,
boulders with us on top of the boulders probably not
Would
wise.
be bad.
Well,
Yeah.
After I see her doing that, I
I'm going
just
to
get like a
descend
light
the
bulb
rope.
look on my face, and then I reach in my backpack and hold up a crowbar.
Yeah, I'm gonna descend down the rope.
Okay. Naya
Can I throw
climbs
the
down,
crowbar up?
Midnight whips out a crowbar
I'm gonna tie it onto the rope.
and ties the crowbar to the rope.
Okay. I'm going to look at Colfax and be like, "Hi. What you got? What you got there?"
Nihon? Did Nihon
I
step
think he
away?
may have stepped away for just a moment.
Okay.
There he is.
There he is.
That's me.
Oh,
That was
That's
me.
Meteor.
Oh, okay.
Meteor doing a Colfax impression. But yeah, so basically I'm getting out of the way so that they can do whatever it is they need to do to try to move the boulder.
yes,
Okay.
please take a
And-
berry and nom it. When
Yeah,
Nihon
I will
gets
take a
back.
berry and nom it.
And
Um,
Kalina,
okay.
you can try and feed her. You know, she's not going to give you any resistance. She is completely exhausted. So if you want to try and shove it down her throat, that's totally up to you.
Yeah, no, I'd
Just-
rather let her eat it when she wakes up.
Just try to make sure she doesn't choke on it, because her
So
airway's
what I
already
wanna-
obstructed.
I want to just start like punching the fucking boulders.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Give
was giving you
me-
room to work.
Give
Yeah.
me a strength check and
I
add a
caught on to
D4.
that.
Yeah,
I also have a hammer and a python. If
Thanks,
and I
chat.
can pass
Add a
those up to you guys as
D4.
well.
I mean, you could also just start chiseling to make footholds.
Well, I'm on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, I could chisel up there. Yeah, true. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll
Now, I will say, if you start working, that is exertion.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Then yeah, I do not do that.
Okay.
I hand it to Colfax and point.
Yeah, I would have put the bond between Phelan and Colfax, except Colfax wasn't close enough yet.
Okay,
Right.
that's fine.
I got a 17 plus 4.
Oh, was that
21.
Nihon?
Yes.
Welcome back.
Naya was
Look-
looking for berry.
Oh.
Yeah, I came down from the
Oh,
rock.
sorry.
I did two.
I'll hand one over to you.
Okay.
Meteor
will nom the
did
berry.
a good Colfax impression.
They
He
talk
really
back when
did.
you talking.
Sorry about that. I had to.
No, you're
I
fine.
had to go check and see if my girlfriend was up yet. So
Phelan is
And their stuff.
currently trying to destroy rock to make a path.
Yep, Phelan is trying to punch the rock.
And Phelan's the
Phelan,
only one who
gotcha.
hasn't had a berry yet.
you punch the rock.
Give one to Phelan
Yep.
as well.
The
Yeah,
rock
you
hurts
you
your
can
hand,
use
but
the
you do
rope to
chip
climb up.
off a very small amount of one of the large rocks at the bottom.
Since I attacked
Colt.
it, can I try to flurry of blows it?
If you want to.
Colfax, I handed you a hammer and a python, and
Mhm.
Try
pointed
and make
for you to
footholds.
start chiseling footholds in the wall.
You can add a d4 to the
Right.
attack roll as well.
I have
Okay.
10 pythons, so you can
Oh, cool.
put
Alright.
up to 10 pythons.
Okay, so do I need to? How do I roll for this?
13.
Okay.
Do I just roll like a?
Just roll
Attack.
damage for you
Okay.
there.
You do not get a
Phelan?
d4, sadly.
Colfax, you're trying to do what?
Colfax is trying to put the pythons in the wall
Yes.
to make
Create
stairsteps.
footholds
Yes.
to make it an easier climb.
Okay. You can do that given enough time. There's really not any need to do
Okay.
that. 'Cause that's specific. They're specifically made to go into.
Is that going to use all
stone
10 of
piece
my
and everything.
pythons?
To go up, no, I'd say you probably only need one every 5 feet, so 5, 10, 15.
Four.
So you'd use 3 of them.
I'd use 3.
Oh, okay. I'm just kind of like doing my thing, singing a little song.
Yeah, and Phelan rolled a 13 to flurry of blows the rock.
Yeah, just roll damage for me for both
Ah.
those attacks.
Wait, both the
Flurry of blows attacks.
For flurry of blows, yeah.
How
Just
many
roll
am I
damage.
rolling
2
then?
extra strikes.
Twice.
Twice.
Flurry
Okay.
of blows gives you 2 attacks.
12.
So you move and shift your body a little bit and really start welling on these rocks, and you manage to dislodge one. There's still quite a few and much larger that are.
You do also
between
have a
you all and the
crowbar
exit.
that I
Oh,
gave.
It's
yeah.
tied to the rope, so you can just pull the rope up and untie the crowbar and then use the crowbar.
She's gonna pull the crowbar up and start using it.
Good boy is very happy with the berry. It ate it and is quite happily wagging its tail and just laying there next to you two.
Yay! I'm just gonna sit here and wait for Drama to wake up now.
Finally full after all these years.
Yeah, right?
It is pretty thin. You can tell its diet has probably consisted of some of the small creatures that have made it in here. As you can see, several small skeletons just beneath the hole there, next to the rocks. Using the crowbar would probably be better off using it as a tool rather than a weapon in this instance. You can definitely use it to give y'all advantage on moving the stones if you want
Yeah,
to.
that's what she's doing.
Okay. So with enough time and effort, you are able to get some of the rocks dislodged enough. I'm going to assume that people are being careful below and not standing just beneath where some of the rocks can roll down and roll into the water. And
Somebody gets
let's
smacked in the
say-
head.
Let's say with maybe with how large it was and how much of the cave in it was, everything else, moving the largest rocks from the bottom to make room for the ones at the top that you have to move. 2 hours would probably pass, and
Phelan
would be
is
able to
working on this thing all by her small self.
Okay, then after
your spell is
Mhm.
completed.
Yeah, so after the time is up, you guys just see an imp spawn into existence next to me. It
Once
kinda
I'm-
looks ar-
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
And it speaks.
Once
Did you
there's
need
enough
me?
room for
Nice to
Phelan to
meet you
squeeze through,
all.
she's gonna go ahead and like go on
Oh,
through.
thank you. Thank you very much for the
I'm
reset.
kind of like over by midnight, just like shaking their shoulder, being like, "We're just talking."
And this imp is just kind of floating in the air. just kind of
What do you
flies up and says, "What you doing?"
Well, we were walking up, and then we were doing stuff, and then there was this big scary noise, and then there was some darkness, and I was scared, but somebody was holding their hands over my eyes, so I was kind of walking around, and then we kind of had to find more things, and there were lots of dead bodies everywhere, and there was just dead bodies all over the place, so we don't know, and there's spiders and scary things, and there's a nice big door we had to go through, and then there was some more bodies, and some boom stuff was
Has
nice,
anyone
and
ever
then
told you you talk a lot?
yes.
Just checking.
Once there's enough space
I'm
for
Princess. And he holds his hand out.
Hey,
Once
I'm
it-
cool,
Nice
Nice
to
to meet you. Yes. I kind of look down, and it's like a little wing, and I'm just like, yes. Hi. Hello. Yes. Kind of unsure how to shake a bird's wing with making sure I don't hurt him or anything like that, obviously, but just kind of like very gently.
So are you leaving it as an imp for now, or are you going to go ahead and put it in birdie form?
Currently, it is an imp.
Oh, it's an imp. Okay. Well, I shake the imp's hand. I saw the bird, and I thought,
Yeah,
like,
sorry,
okay.
that's the only image I have for now.
Yeah.
It's okay. I was confused for a moment. And so, I just kind of shake his little hand, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's
Once
It hasn't quite occurred to Midnight that imp is not the best thing to have around, so currently, it is still imp.
once Phelan makes it to the point where people can start squeezing through, she's gonna go ahead and climb up, and then she's going to call down. And then she's also gonna say, "Hey, we can go through now, but if we want to bring the warg with us, we're probably gonna have to tie him to the rope, and once all of us are up here, we're gonna have to pull him up."
Gemma's still asleep though.
Yeah,
Princess
That's
also
kind
has
of
been helping
quiet.
move
that's
the
why
rock,
I've come back.
carry them. Has
I've
Dremel
come
woken
back
up at all?
to the work.
No. She
Well, we
shifted
ca-
a little bit, but Drima is still very much asleep.
Well, what we could do is we could everyone can before everyone climbs up here, could tie the warg, can tie Drema to the warg. I have a rope that you guys can use for that if you want to do that.
I think that would be extra weight. I think one at a time would be a better option.
I think if multiple of us are climbing and kind of helping her up along the rope as we climb, it might work better.
Yeah, I don't think
Kalina?
tying Drema to a warg is a good idea to try for both of them at the same time. What?
Kalina, can you please give me a perception check?
Mm. Do.
Okay. So give me just a moment, everybody.
Okay.
While you're there, and you've been sitting here for a while and paying attention to the warg and Drima, the warg head perks up and he starts nosing at Drima, and you realize that Drima's chest has stopped moving.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Glad I'm already right
Feed
here.
it to her! Feed it to her!
And after about 5 seconds of doing this and panicking, you see the gem at her neck glow bright, and she starts breathing again.
Interesting. It's a pacemaker in her throat.
And the warg lays its head back down.
Just then, Midnight comes around the corner and has an imp sitting on her head.
And then suddenly Midnight comes around the corner and has an imp on her head.
Oh yeah, can Phelan hear the imp from where she is?
You could have earlier when they were talking.
Yeah, you would have seen it
Okay.
earlier when it
She's
was
going to
happening.
call down. She's gonna call back down. So why didn't I hear another voice?
Yeah, because she was
he
working.
flew up and introduced himself to you guys. Hi, I'm
Princess
Princess.
would have introduced.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, hi, I'm Faye.
Yeah, this happened about an hour into working.
Yeah.
Working on the rock.
I've been working on
On Midnight's
the
voice.
railroad.
Alrighty. You cast Healing Word on Drima. She's still breathing normally. You didn't see any outward signs of damage or scrapes or anything, but you do see this slight burn that was on her arm that was rather recent that still had 2 points of damage left on it. Heal up, though.
Good.
When Midnight and Princess come around and see Kalina and Drema there,
And
Princess
Naya
says,
casting a spell.
"Yeah, is she dead?"
No, she's okay. She stopped breathing for a second though, so I was a little worried.
Oh,
Also, Colfax
All right,
needs to
then.
give Phelan the berry.
Also,
I
who
thought
are
I
you?
did.
Oh,
Did.
okay.
Here you go, Phelan.
Hi, I'm Princess.
Pleasure to
Nice
meet
to
you,
meet ya.
Princess. I'm Naya.
I'm Midnight's voice.
Very nice to meet you then.
Yes. I'm sure it's a pleasure.
Midnight,
Very mindful.
I didn't have a
What, yeah?
chance to see to your puppets. Would you like me to mend them for you?
We'll say that the puppets were beyond mending.
Okay.
They were
They're not
tattered
needed
enough
anymore.
that they were
Yeah.
threads at that point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Derma really seems to be asleep.
I'm gonna try to pull Drema up and have her lean on my shoulder and try to walk forward with her leaning on me.
Princess
Drima
comes
is
over and just sits
completely
on
dead
top of
weight
Drema.
at the
Yep.
moment. The warg, as you're standing up with Drima and she's laying there, in your arm as you're holding her up, the warg leans over and actually works its body beneath her chest and lifts up on its legs to kind of lift up to as if you can drape her over its back.
Then I will lay her over the back of the work.
You do so, and it seems perfectly happy with that.
Okay.
Mr. Work trying to help us?
Mm-hmm.
This actually doesn't seem
Mhm.
like it's its first rodeo.
I wonder if Gemma's passed out before and the work is taking care of her.
It's very possible. I think Drema's been awake a lot longer than we have. I don't think she ever went to sleep.
Poor Drama. She's been alone all
That
this
sounds
time.
lonely.
All the more reason to stick close to her now. And I'm gonna start moving forward.
And all this happened around the 2-hour mark.
Yeah.
Princess's stinger of a tail comes forward and just kind of taps on Drema's forehead, and he goes,
Okay,
All
the
right,
warg would
wake up.
growl.
Let her rest.
Yeah, Drama needs
Sure
rest.
she's not dead?
I'm sure.
She's not dead.
All right. Ooh, skulls.
I'm gonna start leading the warg forward with
If
Drema. We're gonna
Naya
start
and
working
Kalina
our way.
have their way, she will never die
No.
again.
But yeah, I would be kind of leading Drema and the warg towards the front.
Okay.
Princess
you
and
managed
Midnight
to-
collects the other 3 goblin skulls over here.
I mean, they're laying there. Princess and Midnight can play with them if they want to.
Yep.
And everyone else leaves the cave, and then it caves back in, and Midnight and Princess were never heard from again.
Bye.
I'm teasing.
Yeah, we.
So y'all
Oh,
managed to get there. Phelan has worked really hard these past 2 hours and has really gotten this set up. The patterns are in the rocks to give nice footholds and handholds. The rocks themselves also add into that, and you're able
Princess
to
did help
reach.
bury the rocks as well.
And you're able to reach with the help of the rope and the rocks and everything else the mended ladder that goes up and to a cave to the east, which y'all kind of went down before when you first came in here, as far as you can tell.
I would call down to actually I would probably try to remove the pittance once everyone else has gone up on top of the rock.
I was gonna see if Princess could do that.
Or she could do it.
Yeah.
Because I can just face step back up to the top of
Right.
the rock.
Yeah.
I can do it
Using
twice.
using the hammer and everything else, Princess can, because Princess can do things. You know,
Princess
it's,
can levitate
Yep,
and
it's what
float.
it
Can
is.
Princess also untie the rope and recover the rope?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So I'll say that all of that is perfectly
He's got
doable.
hands.
Right. The imp can
Currently.
manipulate stuff. It's not just
Yep.
a plain animal. So
Yep.
yes, I will do that. The tunnel up here definitely looks like it got caught somewhat in the blast, but since it was so much higher, there's not as much damage. You know, there's a few big clumps of rock and dirt that really, kind of make it a tight squeeze here and there, but y'all can easily work as a team to fire line and push the rock out the bottom and have it to fall down and everything else so that there's room to push through. And you can reach the other side where there's a ladder leading up to what appears to be the inside of a tree.
And
Weren't we able to
good
just
boys
walk
with
through
us?
it before?
Good boys with us?
Yeah, you
We
all
would
said
have
you were going to
pulled
try
everyone up. Yeah.
and raise up with
Mhm.
the rope and everything else. Because Good Boy is definitely last in the path here because Good Boy is having to squeeze down this
Mhm.
hallway.
Well, the entrance of the tree was just like an illusion, right?
Correct.
It was.
Was before.
All
So
right.
we can try to go through it.
Midnight
Yeah.
pokes
So
his
you
head out.
all go up. Give me just a moment. I'm having to fix maps here.
Oh boy.
Do.
And for the record, Princess is a he.
You said midnight earlier, by the way.
Midnight pokes their head out. Yes.
Pokes his head out, you said.
I said princess. I thought I said princess pokes.
You
his
said
head.
midnight.
You said midnight.
Okay. I meant princess. Midnight is girl. Princess
Yes.
is boy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
This is not what it looked like before. I don't think.
Nope.
No.
No, it is not.
What
Things
is
have
that?
changed.
Is that a dinosaur?
Maybe,
We're
I
not
don't
sure
know.
yet.
So Midnight pokes her head out of the tree,
Is
and it's daytime
sorry,
as far as you can
princess
tell.
pokes, not midnight.
Okay. So not midnight.
Yeah,
So
princess.
this is the tree that everybody is currently conglomerated under. So Princess pokes
Does
his
it
head
seem
out.
safe for everyone to come out?
Midnight looks out just at the immediate vicinity, surrounded by trees. Don't really see anything of note or danger there. So I would say, without looking around more, that Princess says yes, everything seems safe.
Okay. All right, come on.
Through part of the trees there, you can make out what appears to be shattered wood to the southwest, but you can't see much beyond that. It's pretty dense around here. The trees are, there's bushes here as well. Several trees have been chopped down, and of course, it's regular foresty areas as far as y'all can see from where you're standing.
Hey, Firebutt.
Yes.
Once I'm up and on the ground level, can I give Good Boy an
Uh-huh.
extra berry to thank Good Boy for being Good Boy?
You can.
I'd like to give
And Good
Boy.
Boy would lick your hand.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit down with Drema and Good Boy now that we're out of the tree and just sit there and inhale the fresh air.
Yep. It's definitely much nicer up here than in that musty, damp cave and everything else. So you all are outside. What do you do?
Can we just stop and rest for a little bit here? The air's so much nicer.
You certainly can. If you would please, everybody give me a perception check.
Okay. Midnight kind of looks up for a second and then like starts nodding. And
I
then
lost my character sheet. Hang on.
looks at Princess, and
Oops.
Princess is like, "Oh yeah, that's a good idea," and then shifts into a raven.
Now, Princess is a bird.
Yeah.
Bird.
And then lands on Midnight's shoulder.
So, Midnight,
Perception.
Princess, and
We need perception checks from the rest of you.
I did mine.
I did mine.
need one
We
from
need-
Princess.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
Princess have their own stat block
Yes.
for doing
they
stuff?
do.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah.
Perception would be what? Wisdom?
I believe so.
Yes.
I don't think so, Burning Shadow.
19 from Princess. And 4 from Midnight.
Yeah, we do not know who Midnight's patron is. We do not.
Okay. Naya, Colfax, Phelan, and Princess. You know, it's very nice out here and everything else. But you do notice, even though this is a nice forested area, that other than Princess, there doesn't seem to be any birds making noises in the trees. There's not really much sound of insects at the moment around, so it's actually, now that you have a moment to rest and relax,
Kind of an
really
eerie
eerie
silence.
that this is something that you're noticing.
Yeah.
And Naya and Princess, over that eerie silence, in the distance to the south, you can hear
I would probably
wet
send Princess up
sounds.
high too to take a look around. Get a bird's eye view. Literally.
Bird.
Yeah. Well, for Princess, what Princess can see to the south is there appears to be a broken down wagon. That's this that has lots of moss and stuff covering it. And further below that, there's some strange creatures, strange scaled and feathery creatures that seem to be feasting on some carcasses.
Which way
So-
do we gotta go to get back to town? The town where they all grew up and whatnot in?
Where we would remember.
Yeah. Is it?
If this is the same exact place, it would be to the south. But before, when y'all were here before, there was no road, and Princess would notify you of the
Alright.
cart path that seems to be through here and everything. So this place definitely looks a lot different than you
Mhm.
remember it before you walked in the tree.
While Midnight is still high up in the air, or sorry, while Princess is still high up in the air, Midnight is gonna like motion everyone quiet and to crouch down and like say, "Go this way."
Okay. So if everybody wants to go that way, I'm assuming the crouching down implied that you also want to
Hold
be
on.
kind of
Sneaking.
sneaky.
Yep.
Before Midnight gets further, give me a second.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Because I can do a thing.
Just a reminder,
Okay.
y'all have wooden swords and everything. So
Oh. It's
Yeah,
on
we don't have full equipment.
self. Pass without a trace is only on self.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they're being sneaky, they will do a stealth check.
Pass Without a Trace is cast
You
on
cast-
stealth, but it's a 30-foot range.
yeah,
You have to be within range of them,
Okay.
and you have to stay within range of them.
it's like the spirit guardians were before. It emanates from you, but
Yeah.
anybody inside that area that you want to have it has the benefits.
Okay,
Right.
I am casting Pass Without a Trace. So we can be sneaky.
Okay. we see these two graves over here.
Okay. Everybody, please give me stealth checks that's moving forward.
I'm not a very stealthy bunny.
17.
At least you're adding a 10.
8.
So 18. I am not moving forward. I'm staying back with Trema and Good Boy.
Okay. Give me just a moment. The internet is loading slow.
So you have an 18, a 28, a 17, a 26, and a 23. For stealth.
Although,
28,
can I
23.
say before I walked off, I left Naya with a berry to give to Drema when she wakes up.
Okay.
Probably two, because she really looks malnourished.
Alrighty.
Naya is
Hanging on to
going.
those. Yep, I'm staying back with
Okay.
Drema and Good Boy.
Okay. You all move up. The other things that are chowing down do not seem to be noticing anything that's going on at the moment. As far as your house direction goes, they are still feasting on whatever those are. Yes, Midnight, as you're going up, you do actually see two graves, or what should probably be graves. They have some skeletons in them. They've been grown over with some flowers and moss and everything else as if they've been here for a while.
Okay.
You see from this turned over and broken cart several boxes made of thick wood. A few of them have their tops open. Inside, you see almost perfectly of one of them a metal sword.
Sword.
You also see two closed chests
Does
here
Colfax use swords?
and here.
Yes.
Princess will fly over to you and say, "Boy, there's a sword over there."
Oh, hello.
And Kalina,
Hmm?
can you please give me a perception check?
Another one?
Yes.
I was going to say, can I go get... What kind of
I am
sword
not
is it, by
noticing
the way?
anything.
Yeah, you can handle the sword.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, plain swords are simple weapons.
Oh, okay, it's a plain sword. Okay,
I'm
cool.
going to have Princess turn invisible and go check the crates and stuff.
Okay. So Princess does this. I'm going to go ahead and use the same stealth check unless you would like to re-roll it to try for better.
fine.
But keep in mind it might be worse.
23 is fine.
Okay. Do. Still not us, so
We'll
we're
check
good.
check
Prince
the
is
crates
peeking
and the
into
graves.
the open crates that he can see. I'm going to say this mechanically
Mhm.
because it does actually matter, because this is something that you in character would probably find extremely weird.
Uh-huh.
Peeking in the crates and everything, you see almost perfectly the exact equipment you would need to fully kit out your entire party. As in to
Interesting.
one for one replace your shoddy, kid armor that you would have had that doesn't quite fit right, and your shields, your weapons, everything pretty much one for one seems to be in
Okay.
these crates.
Uh,
In searching these crates,
Even
Princess,
tiny me?
yes. In searching these crates, Princess also on top of that chest
mhm.
notices a page that seems quite odd for it to be out here just laying on this crate or on this chest. And
Okay.
there's a golden seed laying on top of the paper.
Princess will grab those and bring them over to Midnight.
Would grab everything? I don't think.
The
Grab the
page.
paper and the seed.
Wait, is it
Okay.
actually small sized for me or?
I
Are
have
you
a.
It's
still
the
small?
size it would need to be to perfectly fit
Yeah.
you.
But that would be something that Midnight you would probably find weird because it is exact,
Right.
Okay.
to
Yeah,
meet
it's
your all specifications.
yeah, it's
I
tailored
wonder-
equipment for us, which is unusual.
I'm wondering if it was left by bearded guy.
So. Oh, Velociraptor, lovely.
Yeah, the animals below are trying to perceive us now.
22 still doesn't beat my 23.
Also, Princess is invisible,
Correct. So they have
So-
disadvantage.
but they can see the paper and the
True.
seed suddenly moving, and so that would definitely catch their eye. These three up here make some sort of yelping noise and definitely turn towards that direction. These three. One of
Any
them makes the
equipment the
yelping
imp
noise, and the
wears
other two
or
turn.
carries is invisible with it,
Okay.
for the record.
So the
That's
things
when
it's
you go
carrying.
invisible.
Would disappear.
Okay. That's only when you go invisible. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Things go invisible with you.
That was why in the other campaign, when we recovered the turtle eggs, we had to put them in the bag for them to be invisible.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Or you have to carry them before you turn invisible.
Mm-hmm.
So they notice the paper?
Yeah.
They definitely, one yelps and the other two turn in that direction with it. And they step over looking rather interested in that direction in this floating piece of paper that is lifting up in the seed.
Does Princess notice them notice?
I would assume so, because I would
They
assume
made
that
a
Princess would
noise.
be aware of the surroundings. There was the yelp. Yes.
Okay. Then Princess will try to drop them so it looks like just the wind blew them.
Okay. Like hyena yelps.
Mm-hmm.
Hearing that noise, would I have noticed them?
You can't see, but you would definitely hear the noise.
Okay.
And then
There's
Princess.
several crates and ragged wood and everything between you and them. The reason Princess can see them is because Princess was up and flying.
Once I can actually see them, can I turn into them later?
Yes.
Okay.
Princess is gonna come back
Why
over
are
to
we
Midnight.
whispering? No, I kid.
And the others.
I
And
know why Kalina was wanting to see it.
And Princess is gonna whisper to them, "All right, there's a bunch of gear for all of us, but there's also some velociraptors, so we might want to grab them quickly. I'm gonna go get Naya.
Some feathered and scaled beast. Get it right.
Feathery scaled beast.
Some weird-looking lizards.
I just thought of another tab that I
I'm
need
not
to make.
sure. But be on your guard. Probably grab a weapon quietly. They may have noticed me. And then he flies over to Naya and basically says the same thing. We're gonna need your help. Come get some gear.
All right. So Naya is gonna turn to look at Good Boy and pat him on the head and be like, "Guard Drima, okay?"
Good. The ward tilts its head curiously and then sets. And
Danger
Druma
protect.
slowly starts to slide off of its back onto the ground. Then it lifts its butt back up to keep her on top of it. And
Danger
then
protect.
slowly and carefully lays down.
Yeah, I'm gonna very carefully lower Drima to the ground
Okay.
so that he can guard.
Good Boy curls around her.
Very good.
Princess is gonna whisper to the others here. I'll make a distraction so that you guys can grab the weapons.
Dragon DMs.
Okay. One
Then
moment.
Princess will fly over to this tree over here, still invisible, and just start like shaking the branches on it, like as high up as it can.
Should let him answer DM first in case it's important.
Mm-hmm.
So they were feathered what beasts?
Feathered
It's a
lizard.
velociraptor.
Feathered lizards.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know what a velociraptor is.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna very slowly inch forward because she is not stealthy. The wooden equivalent of plate armor clanking.
It's about the size of a large turkey.
So I'm just waiting for Firedale to tell me when I have to do a stealth roll.
I just thought of another tab I need to add now to my
The things you can turn into.
yeah, on the
Okay.
date that I've seen them.
When Princess is going to initiate this distraction, I'm going to need us to roll initiative.
Okay.
Beyond that, you all are still being stealthy enough at the moment.
Well, let me know when I have to do a stealth roll because I've not done one.
Oh, yeah, you need to go ahead and do one. Yeah,
That's
you're
what I was
messing up.
saying.
Sorry.
And
Yeah.
Princess would wait until Naya got over with everyone else to do this.
Which thankfully, Kalina was within 30 feet of where I was, so I would get the plus 10.
I had cast it before I started to walk.
Well, yeah, but it's a persistent aura until you drop it. Until it ends, rather.
Out of context, what were the ice spiders called?
The ass spatters? Oh, from the older ones?
Mm-hmm.
What is it, Meteor? Do you remember? I believe it's literally just ass spatter.
You sure it was too?
Yeah, I think it's Ice Spider.
Okay.
Firedale, I have a very important question for you.
Yes, it is just ass spatter. Yes.
The armor that we are about to obtain would give me disadvantage. Does the wooden version also give me disadvantage on stealth?
The wooden version that you were wearing as a kid that doesn't
Yeah.
fit you really well right now
Yeah.
is probably giving everybody somewhat of a disadvantage anyways because it's not easy to move in, but it was still something that you all used a lot, so I'm not really counting it for or against.
So I wouldn't roll with disadvantage yet on stealth?
Correct.
Is that okay? That's what I needed to check.
Yeah.
Because
I'm not going to make
my
it.
armor is disadvantaged.
Yeah, I'm not going to make it bother y'all too much since this is kind of
Early
a
on.
thing that's here for plot and everything.
All right, so if I'm getting the plus 10, it's a 13. If I'm not, it's a 3.
Wait, so the armor we're about to get, are they like tailored to our classes, or because I just wear
It's
cloth
tailored
armor?
to the
It's
starting equipment we would normally have for our
yes.
class.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It's our starting equipment, except not the kid versions.
Yeah, it's your
Gotcha.
starting
Yep.
equipment, but not your actual starting equipment that you started the campaign with.
Yeah, that's when you said disadvantages and stuff. I was like, wait, what the fuck is this?
Disadvantage
Yeah,
though, because Naya's
as
is
a
probably
cleric,
metal.
I start with heavy armor, and heavy
Yeah.
armor gives you disadvantage on
Yep.
stealth.
I would say
But-
Gotcha.
I probably start with light.
Yeah, but
'cause-
wooden
yeah.
armor, even though it is what it is, I would still consider wooden armor not heavy armor because it's very light.
It's wood, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it also
I didn't even
wouldn't
have
give
wooden
you-
armor. I still just had cloth.
Yeah, but it wouldn't give you quite the same defensive abilities.
Yeah, so our AC was taking a hit. Yep, temporarily. Yep.
Okay, so there is your stealth.
Yep.
You're within range, so add 13. These things are on guard now, though, so we will check it against that. Okay. So you're fine.
Okay.
So Naya moves up.
All right.
Yep,
So
so I've
then,
joined the
as
group.
soon as everyone was ready, Princess would try to go over and shake the tree.
Okay, so please give me initiative.
Oh,
Make sure you
whoops,
click on
I
your
didn't have
token.
my. Yeah, I wasn't on my token.
Neither was I.
Should I re-roll with it on my token?
You don't have to. I'm going to be putting it in manually.
Okay.
So. Well,
Oh,
be-
nice, Nihon.
Thank you.
okay. I was about to say, before we do actually fully roll for initiative here, is everybody okay going a little bit longer for this combat, or do we want to go ahead and stop here? Because I haven't seen the
Keep going.
initiatives yet.
I
Give me
have a
1 second.
question. Were
Ask
we
away.
supposed to have long rested?
Yes,
I didn't.
but you've cast spells.
Not since leaving the cave. No.
No, I mean
Before that,
before.
before we started today, yes.
I had started with spells gone.
When we
Okay.
encountered the bearded man, we were long resting.
Can I?
Then yeah, long rest and,
And then
cast the spells that you cast earlier.
thank
that
you.
they're cast.
Question: since they weren't doing anything for the 2 hours while I was chipping away at the old boulders, wouldn't that have counted as a rest of some sort? I don't know.
Would have
Okay,
been a
I've
short
marked
rest.
off my spells and I've long rested. I'm good.
Well, if I've short rested in the time since I did that first phase step, that would actually
Well, you
change
face
something
stepped
for
up
me.
top, then yes, you would have short rested in that time.
Okay, cool.
Because it
I
took
get
Phelan
my
about 2 hours to get that taken
Okay.
care of.
Because yeah, I had HP gone and I had like no spells left. Because I guess I didn't long rest.
I noticed that I didn't long rest either. So while I was chipping away at stuff, I was like, "Shit, let me quickly long rest."
Yeah. All right, I'm set.
I've marked off my spells that I
So
did.
is
So
everybody okay going for
Yeah.
a little bit longer to see
I
how
can
we
go a
can
little
do this
longer. I
combat?
think. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe about 20 minutes or so, yeah.
Okay. I don't know if we can get through it that quickly, but we can certainly try.
What we could do is that we could if we
We could do one round and then resume. next
yeah,
time if we
one
have
round
to.
and resume next time.
Yep.
Because, yeah, it's very late. I haven't eaten and I have to take care of someone else as well right now. So, yeah.
Really? Okay, I'm going to show y'all a picture of this because this
Oh,
is
boy.
what it's done.
Oh
I have
no.
to share this.
Oh no.
So I'm going to use you all in the order that we're going. I'll even share this with the with chat as well.
We're all going
This
left.
is what it's got up for my encounter runner.
Oh, A B C D E. Oof.
When you do the encounter, you can tell it to use the
I did that.
campaign.
It apparently didn't save it before.
You might be able to edit it real quick.
So that just plain sucks.
Quick, everybody, call your letter.
I'm Q.
I mean, just do
I'm
A B C D
four.
E and just put them in actual initiative order. We know what where
Right,
we're
that's
supposed
what
to
I'm
go.
going to do.
Yeah,
I'm
we know what
letter
we're supposed to
4.
Mhm.
So Colfax has a 20.
Yep.
Phelan has I'm A. Naya has a 30.
Okay, I guess I'll take B.
Can I still be 4?
Yeah, I was trying to see if there's a way for us to figure out which one corresponds to which. But because normally that would be like if we had the character sheets over,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't see it.
I love how nobody questions my asking if I can still be letter 4.
I mean, I'm not gonna judge, you know?
I laughed at it, I'm not gonna lie.
We have the turn tracker. Ooh, one of the raptors got 20.
Neither user wants to be letter Y with the fancy symbol on the top of it.
Y with fancy symbol. Which Y is that?
I don't know.
Oh, it's one of the accents.
Spades.
Yeah, it didn't load on my OBS for some reason, so I'm just staring at I'm staring at a Y with a square on top of it. So I was like, I can't tell which symbol that is.
I'm trying to figure out which accent.
French.
I am aware that it's a French symbol, but is it accent aigu
Oh,
or
is it
accent
really?
grave?
I just made that up.
No.
Riverdale managed to do a thing. I see our names in the turn order.
No. I am still
Oh, yeah.
shit, oh no, wait, did you see my name?
He's
But we're
fixed
all
it. He just
initiatives
needs to
down.
put the numbers in now. Yeah,
Yep.
but he
We're all
got the names to show up.
Yes.
Oh shit.
It
Shit.
Yep.
it
There
is
we go.
Latin letters though, but yeah.
Oh, you guys know that you can actually edit your own initiative order if you just click your name.
It is not letters if you refresh, Nene. It is actual
You can.
names now.
I do see
A,
that.
B, C, E, F, G. I hate learning the alphabet. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I do see that we can click on our own initiative to put it in. That's weird.
Yeah, so like we used to do
So
this
be
a lot.
honest, folks.
We used to do this a lot in my old
Natural
campaign whenever
20.
we'd forget to roll, whenever we'd forget to click on our stuff, but we would roll twice and we just take the first roll so we could edit it in.
There we go. And it's sorted, so now it's actually in order. So we need to shift. There we go. Perfect.
For the record, when I say old
Wonderful.
campaign, I mean like 4E, so yeah, a long time ago.
Yay!
Good
All
job,
right.
Firedale.
Is Firedale
Jackie
muted?
did it! Round of applause, chat for Draggy.
I feel like Dragon is muted.
Oh, I guess I was.
Yep. You have not been talking at all to us.
I thought I am.
I
Not
thought you were
going
just
to
really
lie.
focused.
Yeah.
Same. I didn't
I
even.
was telling y'all everything I was doing. I had to get it sorted.
Yeah. We heard none of
else?
I
that.
didn't.
And Colfax and Phelan actually go first in the order where they are.
Yep.
Like I
And I
didn't
got it all
even.
fixed.
I didn't even think that you were muted. I was just like, man, he's really fucking focusing right now.
Yeah, because you know how
And I
he can't
apologize for
read.
taking so long.
You know how
No,
he
you're
can't read
good.
and talk
It's
at the same
okay.
time.
Yeah, that's what
Alright,
I was
let's-
thinking. That or he was like just
get
mad
to it.
typing, so we wouldn't hear him over the mad typey skills.
Yep.
Yeah,
Neon
and I
has
just
to do
won't
a thing.
use
Let's
the
go.
encounter builders thing. So yeah, so let's go.
Okay.
Okay, so Colfax, it's your turn.
Yes.
First, the tree shakes because Princess shook the tree. All of the attention of the three that you can see turn towards the tree. One yelps, gives another yelp. Okay, so Colfax, your turn.
Yep.
Get your gear.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run up and try and get my gear.
Oh yeah, can somebody ping where our gear is?
Right where
There's a
Colfax
box
is.
here,
It's here.
and there's a box
Okay.
there.
Yep.
So is it just this
This box has the weapons.
hang on.
And this
Like
one
That
has the
box
armor.
has the armor.
So is it literally just all these stuff here?
Yep.
Yep,
Oh,
pretty much.
Yep.
yes.
Okay.
This
Okay.
crate has weapons. This crate has armor.
So
Okay.
normally picking something up or getting it out of a box like that would take your action. Are you counting
Yes.
an action for each thing you pick up or all at once?
I will let you collect if you have multiple weapons that you need to collect. You can collect it all as one action. Same thing for the pieces of armor. You can pick up whatever pieces of armor you need as an action.
Okay.
I will
Do keep in
say
So
mind
each
that heavier.
individual.
Do keep in mind that heavier armors actually take time to get into.
Yeah, I'm
unless
not
you-
going to be able to equip mine. I can tell you that right now.
unless you rush it.
Even
Okay.
then.
Yeah.
Because heavy armor takes 10 minutes to don normally.
Yep.
So I'm not going to be able to benefit from the armor in this fight, but that's fine.
Okay.
Again, you can still use yours. It's
Mhm.
just whenever I'm rolling stuff, I just need to keep it in mind. That's all.
Yeah, so I'm telling you point blank, I'm not going to waste time trying to put the
Okay.
heavy armor on for this combat.
Alrighty. Yeah, medium armor will take a little bit long.
Medium
Heavy
armor is
armor-
normally 5 minutes, heavy's normally 10, light's usually
Yep.
1. But
Dragon
because of
DMs.
speed,
Checking.
because if we went by that, it would take us 10 rounds of combat to put on light, which I don't think we're doing.
Okay.
Okay,
Um.
that's fine. We will end after this round.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna grab
So, are you going
Weapon.
to grab a weapon? Or are you
yes
going to grab armor?
weapon.
Okay. Consider yourself fully weaponized.
Hooray! And that'll be my action, so that's my turn, right?
Yep. Well, you
Cool.
still have a bonus action, more movement if you want to do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna move.
It might be worth moving out of the way so people can
Yeah, I was gonna move out of the
Yeah.
way, kind of like
Koufax hops over the grave of an unknown skeleton.
just kind of hunker down here a little bit.
Alrighty. That creature goes over to the tree. And looks up into the tree. Another creature that y'all hadn't really noticed yet appears into view and looks up at the tree. Phelan, your turn.
I'm going to hang on. Sorry, I had the wrong clicky. I'm gonna move down here. I'm going to grab the armor meant for me, but I'm not going to put it on, and then
It's one or the other.
That would be over here.
You're only allowed
Oh.
armor or weapon
Yeah.
for
Well,
your
pick
Yeah,
up
action.
as one
to
action.
pick it up.
yeah, no, I'm taking an action to pick it up, and then
Right.
where was I?
You're over. I put you over at the crate to pick up the armor.
That's the armor crate.
Okay, that's 20 feet. And then I'm just gonna grab it for now.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm going to go run into the bushes.
Okay. Yeah, that
And
the small green shrubs that you see are bushes. They're the light greens are bushes, not trees.
I'm gonna
So
well
I
then I
just-
run into the trees.
No, you ran into a bush. I was just saying that's fine. That is actually a bush, not just a tree.
Okay. Well, I
You're
run
good.
in.
Good to know.
Can people still see me here?
Yes.
Barely.
And then I will do what I messaged you about, Dragon.
Okay.
There.
Alrighty. So
Question.
That's it.
yes,
Which crate would a shield be in?
that would be in armor.
Okay.
And Neon is stepped away, so I can't whisper him the thing.
Okay.
I'll wait till he gets back, and then I'll tell him something. Yeah, because yours is just a cloak, isn't it? Pretty much.
Who's?
Phelan.
Phelan.
Mine's is just cloth armor, yeah.
Yeah, you're just wearing pretty much clothes. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, normal clothes.
Oh, welcome
Okay.
back, Nehan.
Mine's leather, I
Yeah.
think, is what I'm supposed to have.
I will say, since things are as they are, if you have a light armor now, you can hastily don it with your bonus action. Same for the weapons, because normally readying your weapons and getting everything set up and all of that fun
Is an
stuff,
action, yeah.
yeah, would be an action. But since you all are being sneaky and moving and taking time to try and be sneaky and everything, I'm wanting to assume that as you're walking away, you're getting everything set and in place where you need it to grab it and whatever. So I will let you do so as a bonus action. And I'm going to whisper you something here in a moment, Nihon, on Discord.
Okay.
This creature moves towards the tree and barks up it.
It's a barking feathery lizard.
Yep.
Hmm.
This
Wow.
moves towards the tree.
Effective distraction if I ever saw one.
Hmm.
Yep. And actually jumps up with its hind legs and kicks at the tree, clawing the base of it.
Oh.
How high up is the top of the tree?
It's a pretty tall tree. It's maybe 20 feet up.
Okay.
It's not a short tree.
Okay. Good to know.
Naya, it's your turn, and I'm going to message Nihon while you're thinking about what you want to do.
Okay. Well, I'm going to the weapons crate and I am going to grab my mace. And equip my mace and then duck back behind this tree.
So does this mean that I shouldn't have my leather actually quote unquote on right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we have the worst version of them on right now, so just anytime we're doing test against our AC to be attacked, it's a
Yeah,
lower
I
AC than it
will.
would be.
Yeah, I'll make adjustments.
Yep, it's good.
So I can leave it as actually, because it
Yeah,
only
you can leave it as
ups.
equipped.
Okay.
Yes.
Wouldn't mine have just like been the same since it's no matter what,
Cloth.
she's just wearing cloth. Yeah.
Probably. It only ups my AC by 1 anyways, so.
Same.
Okay, there you go, Neon. I have sent you a message.
Oh, thank you.
So I chose my mace and I ducked back behind the tree back
You
here.
can collect every weapon that you normally have.
Okay.
Like I said, you can dip your hand in. I mean, it seems perfectly lined up. It's really weird.
Well, the thing is, I would have 1 weapon and 2 pieces of armor, in theory.
Yeah.
Unless we would also have the ranged weapons. I don't know that I wouldn't have had the ranged weapons before, though.
No, your
But if
starting
not,
equipment, whatever your starting equipment is,
okay. So yeah, I would
all
have the
weapons
mace and the
ranged and melee.
crossbow and bolts
Yeah.
then.
They would have been in there like perfectly lined up enough for you to reach in, dip your arm in, grab them both with one arm, and pull it out,
Yeah,
and be
because
able to skitter away.
I've got 2 weapons, ammunition, and 2 pieces of armor technically. So I would grab the weapons and the ammunition, I guess. Yep.
So my turn?
Yep.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna grab my quarterstaff, my short bow, and my arrows. And then I'm gonna duck back into the tree.
Instead of a stick, you have a sturdy stick.
Yep. My short bow and my arrows. Oh, and apparently no, that's focus, never mind.
This creature takes a running leap at the tree, going do, then do, then do, and jumps up on the tree and tries to dig its claws in, but doesn't do quite as good as it hoped and falls flat on its tail.
Question. Oh, the creatures are named A, B, C, D.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
A question. Was it eating itself? Like, was they eating their own kind? Because it kind of looks like the same shape as them.
There was
They-
another creature that we couldn't see before.
No, the things that they were eating, it kind of looks
These
like it's
down
the same
here?
shape as them.
The
Yeah.
meaty corpses are a little bit larger
Oh,
than they are.
Maybe horses?
Yeah,
maybe.
could be
That would track.
horses or something
Horses
along those
are
lines.
I mean,
a wild cow.
there's a broken down cart.
Mhm.
Maybe it was something that was pulling the cart.
Some kind of beast of burden or draft animal.
Yep.
Yep. And I will say, Phelan Kofax, from there you can actually see some signs of charred ground there. Right in front of you, that blackened area. Yeah. So midnight, your turn.
All right.
You grab an
Midnight's
armor or a
gonna
weapon.
run over and grab armor. And gonna put that on real quick.
Okay, is it light armor, medium, or heavy?
It is leather, so light.
Okay, light armor. Okay, fine.
So your bonus action is putting it on. Yep.
Yep.
And you can complete your movement. You can go hide
Hastily
somewhere,
donning.
fall back, wherever you're going.
What's my 30? 25. I'm gonna go over there. And then Princess is just gonna keep vigorously shaking the tree.
Okay. Of course, they keep yelping and barking.
Does Princess go after you, or does Princess have their own initiative?
Same initiative as me.
Okay.
Yep.
Princess isn't going to taunt them with words?
Sure.
Not that they'd
Princess will
understand.
shout down, "You guys can't get me up here!"
You see this one not barking. It appears like it's trying to be stealthy and sneaky
Okay.
as it comes around this side, staring at the tree,
You
and
smell
seems
like
like
wet
it's
fur.
ready for something.
You smell like wet fur, apparently.
Wonderful.
Yep.
I do have passive perception of 11 for Princess.
Oh no, it's quite visible.
Okay.
It just seems like it is trying to be stealthy and failed miserably. But it
Gotcha.
definitely thinks it's sneaking. It appears like it's getting ready and taking the other side, surrounding whatever it is that they think they're doing, and it seems ready for something. And
Okay.
that ends the round.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So is everybody okay stopping there? Or you want to go one more?
I'm good stopping there.
Okay.
The only thing I would be doing with my next round would also be trying to grab my armor out. So really,
Yeah, that's kind of also what I'd be up to.
So keep
Same.
track of which one you grab for next time. I think everybody
Yep.
that needed weapons grabbed weapons. Everybody that didn't really need weapons grabbed armor.
Pretty much. I still have a bunch of weapons I need to grab, but
I mean, I could definitely still use my armor to not be squishy, but it's
at
gonna take me
max, I
so
don't
long
need
to
grab
don
them.
it. The only thing that would have helped me right away would have been the shield.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the child-based armor that's now considerably, smaller than it should be. While it's not easy to move
Covering
in.
a lot less of vital areas.
Yeah, so if you're still wearing that armor, it's just a -2 to your AC.
Mm-hmm.
And
Also,
if
for
you're
anybody
still,
curious,
go ahead.
if you were wearing armor that you had to don hastily, and it was something that you wouldn't normally have been able to don in that time period, it makes it one worse than everything that it usually offers you.
Because you probably didn't put it on as best as you could.
Correct.
Yep. Clothing you can whip on quick, but any other base armor, definitely kind of rough. So monks have it easy here.
I just want it known that to don my scale armor hastily would take 10 rounds of combat.
Yeah, okay.
Wonderful.
Yep, a full minute.
That is hastily,
Wonderful.
which is why I'm not bothering. Shield, however, is a move action to equip. So
and
Yeah,
my OBS disconnected.
Oh,
You're
You are
getting
going
robot-y on
robot.
me.
went
Oh yeah,
really
went
robot.
robot.
Okay, Bobo Dwagon. Come back to us now.
Beep boop.
Bobo
Beep
Dwagon?
boop beep.
I'm still testing.
Hi.
Yep.
Much
Little
better.
better.
Hear me?
Yes.
Better than
Yes,
Bobo
slightly
Dwagon.
robot-y, but yes, we can hear you.
Oh, so it's a really good time to start because I'm
Stop.
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, welcome to the
No,
session,
no, no, he
everyone.
got it right.
Let's
We're
get
starting
started.
again, guys.
Yep.
We didn't get
From
it
the
right
top.
the first time.
Yeah, this is just a practice round. We're gonna take it back from the top.
Right.
Try to speed run it this time.
No, but
This was just a dress rehearsal.
thank you very
Okay.
much for joining us tonight.
Indeed. Thanks for being here, everyone.
Yeesh.
Think we are gonna call it here for the
Yeah.
session.
Yup.
Yeah. I gotta go eat anyways. It's late for me. Like this is right in the middle of prime eating time.
Does
So I'm
does
always
everybody
a little
have
hungry.
recorded what they've picked up out of the crate, or should I
Yes.
take notes?
I
Okay.
have
Yes.
mine.
I have
Cool.
recorded what I
my
got.
internet is back and working now, but yeah, it's probably time to call it with that.
Yep.
So
Yes.
thanks everybody for coming by. We're going to call it here and hopefully see some people next week as long as everybody's available to continue with what's going on.
Yeesh.
So
Yep.
Yep.
Should be.